My normal life is like being on holiday. I always enjoyed myself a lot in preschool. If I test the car for a year, I can be quite competitive the next season. I race to win. If I am on the bike or in a car, it will always be the same. To be a great motorbike racer, the most important thing is passion for the bike. But I could also start F1 or rallying. I love rallying much more. The speed is something dangerous but very exciting. You look at Moto3, the races are very exciting. Moto2 is fantastic, and then MotoGP is boring. I never race for records. The motivation to try to beat the record is not enough to continue. You have to enjoy it. As for the level of spectacle of the two disciplines, I leave it to the people who watch the races to comment. The great fights with your strongest rivals are always the biggest motivation. When you win easily, it's not the same taste. Once the races begin, it's more difficult, and there is never that much time for testing. I have won on Honda and Yamaha, so maybe it is interesting to win with a third team, Ducati, who are Italian. In my opinion, we are at the limit now, and 17 races is really too much. With all the testing that we do now, it means we're always on the bike, and it's quite difficult. I was lucky. My father raced bikes. He gave me the passion very early. I had my first bike when I was 3 or 4 years old. You tried to do a technical feature in front of me. I had a strong rider who brakes hard, and it's difficult to pass. You can tell people you fell because the bike didn't follow the trajectory it was supposed to follow, or tell them that you are actually really fast, but the bike simply isn't inside you. However, you know the truth. You know you fell off because you made a mistake, or because your opponent is simply faster than you. To win the championship in the first year will be hard. We need time to become competitive and win races. I'm Valentino Rossi, and I want to be a person, not an icon. I like physical exercise. I actually like sports in general. I really like snowboarding and playing soccer too. Fortunately, during my career I have won more or less everything, so I need to enjoy it to have the right motivation. I'm lucky because I don't feel too much pressure. It's only in the last hour before the race, and even then it's good, positive pressure. How do Ferrari know what I'm doing next year, when I don't know what I'm doing next week? I would have probably stolen cars. It would have given me the same adrenaline rush as racing. I don't like being famous. It is like a prison, and driving for Ferrari would make it far worse. The tragic incident of Luis Salem reminds us that our sport, our passion, is dangerous. We know it, but, in a way, we don't think about it. I feel 100% Yamaha rider in my heart. I had a long career and raced with several factory bikes, but the highlight of my career is undoubtedly with Yamaha. Riding a race bike is an art, a thing that you do because you feel something inside. It is a big problem, and so I don't know for sure if I say yes or no to Ferrari. Our sport is dangerous. We risk the life out there, so we need to stay calm and focused and leave all the rest out. Win with a third team. I'm very happy because I won a lot. I've won races and lived in a world that just gave me joy, so I remember it very positively. Giving yourself reds doesn't mean you don't believe in yourself, in my opinion. Maybe if Graziano make another work, or another sport, I wouldn't have had this passion to be a rider. Maybe the bike is more dangerous, but the passion for the car for me is second to the bike. It's a big advantage because understanding what changes we might make takes time, and it takes time to work out settings and to understand everything about the new machine. It is dangerous and unbelievably fast, and entirely different from the kind of track I am used to racing on. I'm Valentino Rossi, and I want to be a person, not an icon. We have the 2004 M1 here for reference, which is useful. It worked well here last year. We won the race, and always did fast lap times, so it will be interesting to compare it to the new bike and it will help us to understand which parts have improved. Also, when I started racing, he knew a lot of people, and it was more easy for me to find the first bike, so I have a good chance for sure. My father raced bikes. He gave me the passion very early. I had my first bike when I was 3 or 4 years old. The work that we do during the winter is very important. We have a new bike, and it's important to develop it during this time, and we start with this test. I have a lot of energy after 2 a.m. I like to sleep in the morning. I have some problems at the start of the day. I am able to ride the bike and think clearly about strategy and tires. I also have positive thinking. I am very constructively critical. I am Valentino Rossi. If I stay in MotoGP, it is to try to win. When that is not possible, it is time to stay at home and work in the garden. Barcelona is a special track. I have always loved the layout of the circuit, but also the atmosphere, and the fans are special. It has always been good fun. However, I am looking forward to the 2 new Grands Prixes. Both Shanghai and Laguna Seca are fantastic tracks, and it will be good to race at them. The most important thing is to have a good relationship with the bike. You have to understand what she wants. I think of a motorcycle as a woman, and I know that sounds silly, but it's true. In 2002, the Yamaha was at more or less the same level as the Honda, better in some ways, worse in others. But in the winter of last year, between 2002 and 2003, Honda made a big step forward, and it seemed as if Yamaha couldn't quite match that improvement. I'm Valentino Rossi, and I want to be a person, not an icon.